Okay then, Helldivers, we are back. We have got a lot to go over today. We have got a brand new success message coming through Super Earth High Command with regards to the latest major order. Strongman News has got us some interesting pieces, as it appears that there are some hints towards new Illuminate units, and we're also testing on the wormhole. There's a new president for Super Earth, and there has also been some changes to the known issues listing. Pilastat also makes statement on something very interesting that you may want to know about. With that being said, if you haven't already, smash that beautiful like button, subscribe with press notifications turned on, it'd be greatly appreciated, and check out our incredible sponsor, Instant Gaming, the platform where you can get your video games cheaper for PC and console with the best deals, offers, promotions, and discounts on new and old games alike. Links in the description for that one. And at some point in this video, you will see a random emoji. Input that emoji into the comment section, it'll enter you into our super credit giveaway, where we're giving away the top bundle to one of you lucky Helldivers. This is our latest winner. Contact me through Discord. For the rest of you, keep an eye out. You want to make sure you get involved. With that being said, let's dive into the game and see what it is that's happening right now. So as you can see on the screen right now, we can clearly see that Super Earth has now been saved. We can no longer dive on there, which unfortunately with it does take away a lot. This obviously takes away the mega cities, it takes away the Illuminate, the new units, and so much more. On top of that though, during the same time period, we actually had New Haven, Pelham 5, and Widow's Harbour all get glassed. So all of these planets are also being affected by the push that Mars seems to have as well. Will we ever be able to fight on these? We'll have no idea. Hopefully we'll get to see something about it soon, but at the moment there is no major order at the point of recording. Hopefully it will arrive at some stage today, likely with a 3-day major order across the Terminid and Automaton sector to collect materials to get ready for the next big push, but we'll have to wait and see. It's likely to be a filler running up to Tuesday, so we'll wait and see exactly how that one pans out. But we did receive a success message from the last major order, where we actually managed to secure Super Earth and save it from the Illuminate scum. It states right here, the Illuminate have retreated from Super Earth battle space. The heart of democracy has been defended. The battle for Super Earth is won. The devastation wrought up upon our home is immense. Only 2 megacities remain standing, Prosperity City and Equality Unseen. The remainder have been vacated by the enemy, having suffered catastrophic damage at their hands. Across the Federation, approval for impromptu celebrations in the streets has been issued. CO1 permits approval allowances have been quadrupled, though processing delays that may occur following the loss of Adminson 02, all known the Endurance of Freedom, is thanks to the innumerable sacrifices of the Helldivers and the SEAF soldiers fighting by their side. Award for Valor for SEAF veterans are being processed. Remaining Illuminate forces were last observed making FTL jumps from Super Earth orbit. The enemy has also vacated New Haven, Pelham 5, and Widow's Harbour, burning the surface of those planets as they fled. No station detect Illuminate forces. The enemy has gone into hiding. They will be found. After days of non-stop fighting, Super Earth stands. The mettle of managed democracy has been tested. The will of the people has overcome the enemy. The Helldivers have achieved victory. A full recap of the battle for Super Earth follows this message. Now, if you do want to see the full recap of it, you can feel free to pause the video at this point. I'll put them up on screen. You can have a quick read through, but it is very interesting to see what it is that we've been doing over the last 10 days or so. On top of that, we also received a Strongman News report coming up from Coretta Kelly, which was a very interesting one indeed, talking about the success of the Battle of Super Earth, and that vengeance is also imminent. But what we may not have noticed is at the bottom within the news reports of it, it stated a few very clever things. This one states right here, new Illuminate units reported, creepier than ever. Now this could be talking about new units that were seen obviously before the flee, or this could also be talking about the units that we actually received during the patch update. This was obviously the flesh mobs and those bloody leviathans. So it could be just a instant report from that, or it could be something new, but they are hiding it in the bottom. Also on top of that, the Ministry of Science to send a probe through the wormhole. Authorization to Class C citizens, and then it's blank. So what is the authorization to Class C citizens is going to be an interesting one indeed. But there is something happening over on the Galactic war map, especially with the Meridian wormhole. In other news, though, in a Helldivers World of Super Earth, an official announcement from the Ministry of Truth was renounced. It says right here that an official announcement from the Ministry of Truth is that yesterday the president of Super Earth was killed in action by the Illuminate during the siege of Prosperity City. The president died heroically defending the presidential security bunker with only a pistol against waves of Illuminate foes. The presidential authority was placed in the Minister of Defense until a secure and managed election could be held, and today a new president of Super Earth has been sworn in following a landslide victory in a managed election. Yes, we do love managed democracy. As to what that actually does to the storyline, we'll have to wait and see. It seemed a little lackluster because I know a lot of people were leaning into the leaks inside of the Helldivers community, which unfortunately did not materialize, or at least not right now. We'll have to wait and see what the convenience of the presidential notice was and whether it was just a law basis. Get your tinfoil hats on. Let me know in the comment section whether you think it was just a law narrative or if there's more to the story. On top of that, though, the Helldivers 2 known issues list was updated, and this was obviously due to the fact that some things were fixed just yesterday, and now we have only got the initial 4 standing. These 4 were ones that were already on there, and they've now just finally removed the ones that caused issues with the stratagem input delay. If you guys are still having issues with that, though, do let me know via the comment section below. The cancellation of the stratagem input was doing people's head in. And it appears that there is enough of you guys that should be able to test that one out, because Johan Peterstar actually posted out saying, I thought I tweeted this already, but it seems like I forgot to hit post. But the uptick based on HOD meant that around 3.4 million players played Helldivers last week, which is around 1 million more than the average 2.5 million that have been playing it on a weekly basis up until this point. This does lead to the curiosity, though, as Cold Brew states, as to whether this is going to be more copies sold. It's kind of interesting to know exactly what the player base total is at right now, but 3.4 million players in a week is so damn impressive. Seems that Helldivers is hitting all new strengths. And yesterday, we reported that the review bomb was hitting hard. Apparently, after a little bit of digging, there seems to have been some movement from the China divers, which were having a massive issue with the fact that there were certain cities taken on Super Earth. Now, we're not going to dive into the politics of it because realistically, nobody cares. But what we did ask for you guys to do yesterday was send in your positive reports on Steam reviews. And as you can see on screen, it is nice to see that you guys are really fighting back. If you haven't put forward a positive review on the Steam page, then make sure that you do. There is still over 1,000 people posting those negative reviews, although 1.5 posted a positive yesterday. It's definitely leaning more into that positive narrative. We have to fight the haters for the sake of hating. So for those of you Helldivers that have already done it, we appreciate you, and the Ministry of Truth does appreciate the honesty. But what is it that's going to happen next? We'll all have to wait and see. It's been a very interesting narrative over the last 24 hours, and awaiting new major orders could mean that some big things that could actually be coming. A lot of people are speculating that this is the whole movement from Act 1 done, and what do we actually think could come next? Obviously, we know about the individual arc stories, but never actually thought about the acts that could run alongside it. This is obviously the end of the first act, as we can see via the promo art images. The flag is riding high, then it gets a little tattered, it's on the floor, and then Super Earth is attacked. To me, that sounds like a very, very intuitive Act 1, and we could be moving into the next big storyline, and where it is that it could be leading, we'll have to wait and see. But right now, we are still in the final part of the act with the heart of democracy. So it should be an interesting few days for sure. Moving into the week, we'll see exactly what it is that happens for the next major order. In other news, it appears that there are some massive cry outs for the SEAF agents. A lot of people are wanting the SEAF soldiers to return back to the game. It was a very big part of the game, and as far as the fan fiction part of things, there was a lot that's been happening on the Reddit right now. I'm going to give you this screenshot. The link to the video is down in the description. It's quite a funny one, so it's definitely worth watching. But people are missing the SEAF units, and it does seem to be quite a shame. Between the SEAF units and the mega cities right now, we're down and out of content from the Heart of Democracy, bar the customization. So I can completely understand exactly why it is that people are thinking about that one. But now we're going to take a look at your top comments, as you guys had a lot to say yesterday with regards to the game and all of the big movements, including the President KIA and the actual review bombing. This first one right here states, they literally tell us we cannot retake cities that are sieged and lost. It would kind of defeat the purpose. The only issue I have are those tiny little instant death sewers. They need to remove those. Now, there does seem to be quite a few issues with the game at the moment, especially with like the problems that Helldivers are actually having inside of the maps. And now that we're back on the bots after the Illuminate time, my lord, it has been an absolute nightmare trying to readjust. After spending nearly 2 weeks on the Illuminates, I can assure you, these little problems that you had from there are definitely nothing compared to what we have over on the bot sector, that's for damn sure. Readjustment time starts now. And the next one that we see right here is the review bombing is unfortunately due to the mistranslation, and Chinese players thought that Joel was rigging the game by not allowing us to completely hold equality on sea and trying to force us into a last stand in prosperity city. While I do understand how it could be seen that way and that would be frustrating, I don't think that was something that was intentional and definitely not worth review bombing. Now, no, actually, Equality on Sea and Prosperity City were both held by the end of the Major Order. It's nothing to do with the fact that the final stand was meant to be on Sweden. That's not how it was planned out at all. Obviously, we managed to secure 2 cities by the end of it, but I don't think that it warrants a review bomb whatsoever. The frustration is that they enjoyed playing it so much that they wanted to play on that city. So, yeah, did it reserve a review bomb? No, because you were actually still playing it. And for those of you guys who weren't and were just hopping on a bandwagon, screw you, man. Screw you. And this final comment states right here, as a writer of wartime political dramas, I think it's safe to say that Arrowhead is up to something. The president died in a mega city that was at over 50% at the time. The Minister of Defense just so happened to be in the position to take over. Arrowhead is stirring the pot. And 100%, a lot of Helldivers out there are claiming that this was all an inside job, and the president did not die by the Illuminates using a pistol. He actually died by somebody from the Ministry of Defense. This is going to be an interesting story narrative, and hopefully they lean into it. We'll wait and see exactly what it is that happens, and make sure that you stay tuned to the channel, because we'll bring you guys all the latest and greatest from Helldivers 2 news here. With that being said, that's all we got time for today. Thanks again for watching, guys. If you haven't already, like, subscribe. Appreciate your faces. And as always, I'll see you in the clouds.